Leddy Set Go Productions presents Kafkaesque, a psychological thriller, audio experience, and television pilot proof of concept. The following presentation contains some explicit language, drug use, and scary moments. Recommended for mature audiences only.
Note, most of our film is in black and white, with some notable exceptions, as described in the script. Interior kitchen, night. A sharp knife slices into a fleshy substance over the opening credits. Kafkaesque.
How do you know if you can trust someone?
The knife tears into a lemon, which Olive places onto a margarita glass. Smiling, she picks up 2 margaritas and walks them to the dining room. Interior dining room, continuous. Olive offers a margarita to her Uncle Angel, nurturing and sweet.
Here's your prize for helping me move.
All right, baby girl. To new beginnings.
They celebrate by clinking glasses and sipping.
This is just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, maybe Dr. Kevorkian.
If death is this delicious, bring it on.
You are too much, Olive. I'm going to miss you in Barcelona. While I'm eating my tapas and soaking in the cultura and the tempranillo. Uncle Angel might be far away, but you know he's always with you.
Oh, shush the heck up. You know I'm with you too. We've got that telekinesis going on.
Good, because I'm not sure I'll even have Wi-Fi, and you mean telepathy.
Yes, Professor Crane.
Hey, never underestimate the destructive potential of small mistakes.
Franz Kafka?
No, me. After going to the Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet.
You are killing me.
You can try my cell, though. If I can't get to my message, just remember. 11-33-55-55. Call Uncle Angel when you in a bind.
Angel goes to the bathroom.
I'm just happy to be on my own again. You'll be wasting your potential teaching those privileged European hipsters. You should really start your own movie business.
Oh, I'm charging you by the hour, don't you worry.
I owe you big time.
I can't hear you.
Never mind.
The doorbell rings. Olive goes to the door and opens it.
I mean, she seemed really nice. At first.
Olive stares at Marion. He is disheveled, hurt, and sad, with a backpack and a duffel bag.
Hello, friend.
What happened?
I really need you right now.
How did you know my address?
But something was off.
You really don't remember?
She doesn't.
You told me, silly.
He walks in and gives her a hug.
My head has been fuzzy, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I am so grateful.
He enters the apartment.
I cannot even tell you how much has happened. Oh, my ex tried to attack me and frame me. Oh, can I stay here for the night?
Angel makes his return from the restroom toward the kitchen.
Everything okay? Olive? Oh, hello.
Hold on a second.
She heads to the kitchen along with her uncle. Interior kitchen. As they enter the kitchen,
Sorry, I have an unexpected guest.
Oh. Love interest?
No.
Needs help.
Yeah, I own one.
flashback. Olive is crying on Marion's condo steps. He opens the door and their eyes meet.
You're like me. Compassion, is your weakness.
I guess so.
Hey, if the feeling is right, pay it forward. Tonight. That's my motto.
From the living room,
I lit some candles. You want some dinner? I'm a great cook.
All right, well, you two behave. I have a date with Barcelona in a few hours.
Marion's eyes light up.
Buen viaje.
Oh,
I'm European.
They study each other for a moment until...
Godspeed, Uncle Angel.
you be good.
They embrace and Angel leaves. Olive collects the margarita glasses and starts cleaning the knife, looking for Marion. Interior bedroom, continuous. Olive enters her bedroom to find Marion is already passed out on her bed. Still wielding the knife, she stands in silhouette behind his sleeping body.
You just never know who you can trust.
Interior bedroom, day. Day 1. Olive inches her face closely up to Marion's, who is still sleeping.
She scared me a little bit,
He opens his eyes and is startled awake.
but I was grateful.
Hey.
Hey,
Good morning. I'm off to school for the day. Just let me know what your plan is, okay?
oh sure, definitely. I've got some irons in the fire right now. Meetings.
Yeah, and I've got a big final to study for this week, so I'll probably just be in and out reading up on rapists and murderers and the like.
Marion stares quizzically.
Oh?
Oh, my final is in criminal psychology.
Ah.
Olive turns to leave.
Now I am become death, destroyer of worlds.
Olive turns back to Marion.
What?
It's a good quote. Use it if there's any essay portion from the Bhagavad Gita.
Hey, I'll look it up.
Namaste.
Olive prepares to leave, but doesn't want to let Marion have the last word. She stops in her tracks and recites, inching toward him.
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you're dead.
Okay.
Another good quote from the Terminator. Bye!
She smiles and storms out. Marion is left there, seated on the bed, confused.
Do you see what I mean?
Interior living room, night. Day 2. Olive comes through the front door, drunk. Marion is on the couch, watching television.
Hey, what are you watching?
War of the Worlds.
Fine. I need water.
She goes to the kitchen.
How was your day?
Olive returns with a glass of water.
Good. I got a lot done. I think my life is finally starting to stabilize again after all the madness. Thank you for being there for me.
Oh, of course. Don't mention it.
He scans her.
Somebody's drunk.
Oh, maybe. There was a boy involved, and he wanted to come check out my crib, but you were the perfect excuse for me to turn him away. So, he just gave me lots of wine instead, and then I called the car and left him wanting more.
You are so cruel. You are a heartbreaker.
No, just a cock teaser.
Olive makes her way to the kitchen.
Oh, terrible.
With emotional baggage and commitment issues.
Sexy.
Olive returns from the fridge.
You ate my sandwich.
What? Me?
Olive isn't mad.
I forgive you, because you were sad and probably broke, and I pity you.
Mon Dieu.
I'm taking my bed back. Good night.
Bonsoir, Olive.
She closes her bedroom door as Marion sits there on the couch, staring blankly in her direction. Interior living room, day. Day 3. Marion sits on the couch sipping a drink while Olive paces.
I thought we were getting along fine, but things got weird pretty fast.
Marion, it's not exactly a great look for me to have a guy sleeping in my space with me. I want to have my house in order, if you know what I mean, before I bring in other people.
Well, I am not stopping you. Carpe diem.
I have issues, Marion, and I'm starting to worry that I'm going to lose control and going to hurt you.
You could never hurt me.
You're so nice.
I just want to help.
Then keep me away from other men. They only ruin my life.
There are lots of movies we can watch instead.
The love of my life turned out to be someone I didn't know. Someone evil.
Marion sees her vulnerability and moves closer.
Well, honey, I hope you learned your lesson so you don't repeat it again. If we do not learn, our lessons can come back to haunt us. Don't let compassion blind you.
I wish the world wasn't so evil.
Only 1 of every 25 is evil.
Olive is curious.
Sociopath, I mean. Sorry, I took a look at your textbook.
That's staggering.
Lesson learned, right? Let's watch a movie.
Marion invites Olive to join her on the couch. She slowly joins him.
Nothing with love in it.
Okay, something evil then. Psycho.
No.
Final Destination.
No.
Donnie Darko.
Okay, cool.
They smile as Marion grabs the remote.
Sometimes the victim can become the abuser.
Interior living room, bedroom, evening. Day 5. Olive is stressed, pacing around the house, picking up dirty laundry. Marion remains alert but sedentary on the couch, drinking coffee and browsing on his laptop.
Don't leave your clothes all around, okay?
Sorry, I'm so blessed.
And I noticed you brought more stuff.
More of Marion's belongings have appeared next to the couch.
Yes, I'm sorry. I will organize it.
I've got bills to pay this week, you know.
As soon as I get this check in the mail, I will pay all of your bills.
Okay. How is the job search going?
Oh, really good. I should be hearing about this new job 6 figures like any day now.
No way.
Yeah, it's this crypto thing. Very cutting edge.
That's great. So you'll know your situation soon?
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Okay, because I'm really stressed about exams and job interviews and I don't want to take it out on you, but I'm just really going to need some space for a few days.
How could I believe anything? She was pulling me into her web of lies, closing in for the kill.
Olive finishes her rant.
Okay, no problem. I'm sorry. I'm going out.
Marion storms out and Olive is left deflated. Interior living room, night. Day 15. Olive stumbles in through the door, a little off. Marion studies her from the couch.
Hey, you okay?
She just stands there.
You okay, Olive?
She walks into the kitchen and comes back with a hard drink, crying.
I gotta pee.
She takes a hard swig of her drink.
A bee is good.
Not for me, it isn't.
What?
I've let my personal life affect my studies. It could even affect my scholarship.
A bee is good, Olive.
Yeah, but not good enough. The difference between an A and a B can mean the difference between justice and injustice. It can be the difference between life and death.
I think you are being a little dramatic. But you know what they say. To be or not to be.
You are so stupid. That's why I love you.
To be!
He now pours them both a celebratory drink and Olive laughs.
You are going to be okay. Now drink!
They clink glasses and take a swig together. Interior living room, bedroom, evening. Day 20. Olive comes home with some bags and starts to settle in. Marion is in his usual spot, watching TV on the couch.
Any word of wearing a mask is never friendly.
Hey,
Hey,
what you watching?
Breaking Bad.
Oh, more psychopaths.
I know, right?
I feel like I'm going to break bad any minute now.
Bad day?
You ever make a blueprint of your life, and then you look at reality? It's disappointing. I'm breaking my back just to pay the bills and stay in school. I don't have any time for enjoyment, and I just feel like I might snap any minute now, you know?
Oh, sweetie, you are a strong warrior. You can survive anything.
Yeah, that's what the Roman Empire thought too.
You just need to relax. Where is that weed I know you've been hiding from me?
You know all my secrets, don't you?
Only the important ones.
Olive goes to her room and returns with the weed and pipe. She hands it over to Marion.
Will you do the honors?
Marion gleefully takes it and lights it up.
Anything for my best friend.
We close in on a stuffed animal's eye among Marion's things, like the one from season 2 of Breaking Bad. It is visibly red even in our black and white film. Interior kitchen, day 27. Marion is preparing and eating some goodies in the kitchen. Olive storms in, breathing heavily.
What happened to the weed?
I don't know.
Marion, I'm not stupid. You smoked it all.
He is visibly high.
I do not appreciate that accusation.
Olive investigates the fridge.
And all my food is gone.
You said I could eat.
Not everything. You're misinterpreting what I said.
Listen.
No, you listen. Seriously? We need to talk.
Yes, I agree, because I am really quite worried about you.
This isn't about me, okay?
Well, I should maybe ask a professional person about that.
I'm talking to you about being here. Please don't muddy the waters.
Well, you just need to practice some self-awareness, because from what I have observed, Olive, you have a tendency to self-sabotage, and it is hurting you.
Olive loses her shit and throws a glass across the room. It smashes on the wall, to both of their horror. They look at one another. Olive storms out of the room, and Marion is left in disbelief. Olive's bedroom door slams closed. Marion proceeds to casually sweep up the broken glass. Exterior, porch, evening, day 28. The sun is going down, and Marion stares out. Olive approaches him slowly.
Hey, I brought you a peace offering. Not much left.
She offers him the weed pipe with a little nug in it.
I'm sorry I overreacted.
Marion turns to her warmly.
You are so nice. You know, you're the only person I can trust.
Sad to say, same here. Well, you and my uncle. Otherwise, I feel like I'm all alone in this brave new world.
We are all alone, a little bit.
They share the peace pipe and stare out into the sunset.
I got the job, and I will be moving out next week.
Oh my goodness. How do you say congratulations in French?
Just stick to English, honey. Look what I found.
Marion pulls out a bag of marijuana from his pocket.
Well, pass that grass, Froggy.
Interior living room, kitchen, evening, day 32. Olive walks in with her school books. Marion is eating on the couch.
So, any word yet?
What? Are you in a hurry to kick me out?
No, I'm just excited for you.
Well, before I go, I think we should celebrate our anniversary. 1 month as roommates, housemates, chateau mates, whatever. I owe you my life. I hope you know that.
No, I owe you. It's been really good for me to have you around. I feel like I've finally learned how to trust again, and you'll be proud of me. I'm going to start dating again.
They hold hands in celebration.
Amazing! I do need to ask you for one more favor. Please, help me drink the champagne that I put in the fridge.
Yes.
Interior bedroom, bathroom, shower, night. Olive is trying to sleep but is tossing and turning. The sound of the shower startles her awake. Meanwhile, Marion has turned on the shower and checks the temperature. He gets in and washes his hair. Olive can hear indistinct noises coming from the shower. As Marion bathes, he starts ranting to himself as if he were possessed. He looks at his hands and notices an inky black substance starts to spread over his hands. Olive gets out of bed, curious. She slowly makes her way toward the hallway. Olive can hear the noises become louder and less human as she approaches the bathroom door. She starts to speak but hesitates. Olive stares through the crack in the bathroom door and can see movement in the shower. She breathes heavily and pushes the door open very slowly. As she inches toward the shower curtain, more movement can be seen behind it. She tries to speak but can't. She slowly opens the curtain to reveal a horrifying sight. Marion has turned into something not quite human, not quite animal, more like an insect, like a cockroach with an indistinct features and enveloped in black goop. Sounds resonate out of the creature's breathing holes. It is very much alive, soaking up the water and air around it. Olive opens her mouth to scream, but no sound comes out. The creature reacts to her fear and starts to move its insect-like hands in her direction. Olive runs out of the bathroom and back to her room. She jumps under the covers and closes her eyes, but nothing happens. She can hear the sounds getting louder and louder. She looks at her hands and notices the inky black goop starts to envelop her. She can feel the creature land on top of her. Her screams are still silent as the darkness continues to envelop her. A black hand reaches over Olive's sheets and pulls them off of her. It's Marion, now a normal-looking human being, concerned. Olive screams. There is no more black goop, and it is daytime.
Hey! You are in a nightmare.
Olive catches her breath and runs over to the bathroom. Interior bathroom, bedroom, living room, day. Continuous. Day 33. Olive is coughing over the toilet. Marion knocks on the door and enters.
I have to call off my date tonight. I'm dying.
Oh no.
Don't you start your job today?
Tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need the house to myself today.
I was just leaving.
Olive purges into the toilet. Marion just stares, then half smiles. Finally, he leaves. The front door closes and Olive leaves the bathroom. She looks through the living room to find an empty house. At last, she double locks all the doors. In a manic state, she starts talking to herself, practicing how to tell Marion to leave. Olive goes back to bed and tries to get comfortable. Interior bedroom, living room, kitchen. Later, Olive is finally asleep. A noise can be heard from the front door. Somebody is trying to open it more and more intensely.
Olive! The door is locked.
He continues trying to get the door open.
Olive! I do not have the key for this door. Hello? Are you in there?
Olive has been woken up by now, but remains motionless under her sheets. For a moment, nothing but silence. Then a few loud bangs at the front door. Olive is startled. She stares out toward her window and notices an arm struggling to break in. Olive covers her mouth. The arm exits the window and Marion's voice can be heard outside on the phone.
Joder, ¿qué sabes sobre estas putas leyes por acá? Porque estoy en la puta. Dame algún consejo.
Olive slowly steps closer to the window. She moves to the adjacent wall just before Marion stares through the window.
Ok, ya voy.
Marion suddenly leaves. Olive breathes a sigh of relief. She walks slowly into the living room and turns to the kitchen, only to discover Marion walking in through the rear entrance.
I left the back door open, just in case.
He steps slowly in her direction.
Marion, we need to talk. Every invitation has an expiration date. Nothing is forever, and I think this is the right time for you to go. I really need my privacy back, and I think that in order for us to stay friends, you need to respect that. I'm gonna get you a hostel for the weekend and a few bucks for your transition.
Olive puts on a smile. Marion smiles back.
Well, you see, Olive, that just doesn't work for me. And I'm glad you mentioned respect, because I feel so disrespected by your actions. You know, you deliberately locked the door that I don't have a key for.
Yeah, after I asked you to give me some space so I could rest.
I know you are not feeling well because you are not practicing full awareness right now.
No, that's not what is happening here. I am your host, and you are not respecting my boundaries.
I am not doing anything illegal.
Well, it's immoral.
Actually, it is you who is being immoral. You don't treat people this way, especially your friends.
Are you nuts?
And now you are calling me names.
Yeah, you're a leech, a parasite, a freeloader.
I have never disrespected you, but you know, the neighbors, they have been talking about your behavior lately. I heard them.
What?
Yeah, I'm worried that they're going to report you because they think you're insane.
You're making me insane.
I'm really worried about you too.
Then leave.
Well, I'm not going to leave. I've done nothing wrong.
There is no job, is there?
Marion stares blankly at her.
What are you?
Olive stands her ground.
Get the hell out of here and give me my key back.
It is my property. It's in my possession.
Marion sits calmly on the couch. Olive picks up her camera and records him. Point of view, camera. Marion changes his face for the camera, appearing more amicable.
I don't consent to being recorded.
Get out.
You don't do this to people. You don't treat them this way.
Get the hell out of my house.
I am worried about you. We are simply having a dispute.
Is this the game you play?
This isn't a game. You're being delusional. It is psycho.
Leave.
I'm not leaving. I am sorry if you thought it was going to be that easy, but I live here, now, according to the law. And there is nothing you can do about it.
Olive stops recording. She stares at Marion in disbelief and walks out to the porch. Exterior porch, continuous. Olive calls the police from her cell phone.
Yes, I have an emergency.
She stares back into the house, disgusted. Exterior porch, later. Olive sits on the porch, nervously waiting. 2 officers arrive on the scene, 1 male and 1 female. Exterior, interior, porch, living room. Moments later. As the male cop questions Marion inside the living room, the female cop talks to Olive on the porch.
He doesn't live here. He's my guest, and I want him to go now.
How long has he been here exactly?
They both glance through the door to see Marion talking to the male officer. As we hear Marion's words, it becomes clear that this is the culmination of his voiceover we have heard throughout the film.
I'm just really worried about her state of mind. I don't know if we need to call the hospital. I just thought that our relationship was about love and trust, and to be honest, it has now turned into psychosis.
She your girlfriend?
Yes.
Olive enters the conversation along with Officer Ricard.
No.
Well, we are dating. We just celebrated our 1-month anniversary.
Officer Lieberman talks into his radio.
Yeah, it's just a domestic dispute.
No, that's not true.
I'm sorry, officers. We'll keep it down if there's been a noise complaint.
He doesn't live here.
Yes, I do.
How long have you been down here?
33 days.
33 days. I've received mail at this location.
He shows some of his mail.
I live here.
Well, then state law says he's a tenant after 30 days.
What?
you want him gone, you'll have to go through the courts. It can take months.
What?
Officer Ricard moves toward Marianne.
Sir, when are you leaving here?
Soon.
Any priors? Let me see your ID.
Marianne slowly complies.
No, I was acquitted of all charges.
So you've been arrested?
It was a misunderstanding. My girlfriend was going crazy.
Officer Ricard raises an eyebrow and looks over at Lieberman. She hands him the suspect's ID and he calls it into the radio.
You hit her?
No, I would never do anything illegal.
What were you arrested for?
Trespassing. But, like I said, it was a misunderstanding. I had the deed to the condo. My girlfriend was crazy. I think she's in the mental hospital now.
Officer Lieberman gets off the radio.
Checks out.
He returns Marianne's ID.
So you moved out?
I had to sell the condo, but the realtor screwed me, so I don't have the money and...
Don't you have another place to stay?
Yes, I should be hearing back from the real estate office this week. They're just getting back from Brazil, where I have a contract with this crypto company and that I'm highly invested in. I'm going to be worth potentially millions and millions of dollars, and I think Olive has become very jealous, and I'm worried about her mental health, to be honest.
All right, sir, you've given us 5 stories. Which is it?
It's the truth.
What part of France are you from?
Marianne readjusts for this new line of questioning.
Paris?
Ah, bien. J'ai de la famille là-bas. Quel arrondissement?
Alésia, vers le sud.
They stare at one another. Marianne smiles.
Well, I'm a phony. That's about all I know how to say. That and je voudrais une bière.
Marianne fakes a laugh.
Très bon.
The radio calls and Lieberman picks up.
We've got another call. You two figure it out.
Sir, you'll be out of here within the week?
Yes, ma'am.
Just try to get a new place, sir. You're her guest.
Olive pulls Officer Ricard aside.
How do I get rid of him?
Evict or move out.
Olive is speechless.
Good luck.
The officers make their way out.
For the record, we're not dating.
The door closes. Olive, scared, turns and stares at Marianne. He just stares right back.
It's hard to know who you can trust in this world, especially when 1 out of every 25 people is a sociopath, incapable of empathy, devoid of a soul.
Olive starts pacing, keeping her distance from Marianne. She half rambles to herself, losing her composure and possibly her sanity. Finally, she moves over to Marianne's belongings and picks up a couple of his bags. She packs his things up. Marianne goes into defensive mode.
That is my stuff.
Olive continues packing his stuff and carries it toward the door.
You can't touch that.
Olive stops and faces Marianne. Then, calmly, she opens the door and throws his things out. She picks up her phone once again and dials 911. We can hear the operator pick up.
Olive Crane, I'm placing you under citizen's arrest.
Olive stands there, unsure of herself. Finally,
Never mind.
she hangs up the phone and goes outside, kicking Marianne's belongings back into the house. Exterior porch, continuous. Olive, in a state of despair, stumbles back onto the porch and looks out at the city lights, contemplating what to do. She takes a few deep breaths and then notices a homeless man named Robert pushing a cart down the street. Olive calls out to him.
Hey you.
Robert notices her.
Yeah, you. Are you hungry?
Interior living room, moments later. Olive lets Robert into the house. There is no sign of Marianne.
Here, make yourself at home. Why don't you take the couch over there?
Robert does so.
Wow. What a palace.
Olive goes to the fridge to grab some leftovers and returns.
You must be hungry. Here.
She feeds him, and Robert starts rambling.
I used to eat lobster with the movie stars. I built some of the biggest sets.
Even the ones on Titanic, the Jerry Bruckheimer called me to work on his last picture after that, but I was already working for Cameron, so I couldn't do it. Yeah, that was the life.
Marion returns from the bathroom and stares at what's happening with a Mona Lisa smile.
Don't know why it ever ended.
He pulls out a meth pipe.
You have a roommate?
Don't worry about him.
Okay. You don't suppose you could give me a drink? Maybe a scotch.
How about champagne?
Marion just stands there while Olive pampers her guest. She brings out a full champagne glass for Robert. He chugs it. He packs his pipe with something and uses a small torch to heat up the contents. Robert gestures to Olive.
Hey, you don't hit this stuff, do you?
Olive sits next to him, empathizing with this man's plight. The cracks in her armor start to show.
Nah, not today.
Okay. Cool.
Olive watches Robert get high, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Finally, Marion interjects.
That is not legal.
Olive closes her eyes in contemplation. She takes a moment with Robert.
Robert, I'm afraid I have to ask you to leave. I have some things to do.
Robert complies and collects his things, rambling.
Oh yeah, no problem. The champagne was delicious, a little flat, but that reminds me of the time I drank champagne at the Oscars. I won some Oscars too.
Oh yeah? I'm gonna give you a doggy bag for your food.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then I was visited by a spirit in my sleep who told me to give you this.
Robert hands Olive a green protective amulet.
It's a token of our appreciation.
Olive takes this gift and it moves her, almost to tears. Robert continues rambling to himself as he exits. Marion gets back on the couch, which he considers his rightful place. He calmly addresses Olive.
I know you're mad.
Shut up!
She is suddenly fearless.
Don't say another word.
Olive slams her bedroom door. Interior living room, kitchen. Various days and times. Day 34. Olive storms out of her bedroom. Marion is comfortably relaxing on the couch.
Good morning.
Olive storms out the front door. Day 35. Olive arrives home very late, a bit dazed. Marion is in his usual spot.
Good night.
Olive barges into her room and slams the door. Day 36. Olive, in her running clothes, leaves her room.
Good evening.
She ignores him and storms out. Exterior, city streets, later. Olive runs down the scenic city streets.
I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't let myself be a victim. I had to do something. And then, one day...
Finishing up her run, she returns home. Interior living room, bedroom, kitchen, evening. Olive returns home in a sweat. There is no sign of Marion.
I finally had my chance.
Olive looks in every room. There is no sign of him. So she reaches for her toolbox and chooses an electric screwdriver. A woman on a mission, she sets out to change all the locks. She finishes the job and starts bagging up Marion's belongings. Before she can remove them, a figure appears at the door. He attempts to open it several times, unsuccessfully. Olive moves quietly into her room. She presses play on her camcorder on a tripod and moves to hide in a corner. Her keys make a jingling sound. She latches onto them. Silence. Suddenly, Marion's hand rips through the window screen and grabs Olive's hand, overpowering her. She screams. He grabs her keys and pulls. Olive drops to the ground in shock.
Help! Help! Help!
The keys can be heard moving by the front door. Desperate, Olive reaches into her emergency drawer and finds her last resort, pepper spray.
Help! Somebody help!
She rushes over to the door where Marion is trying the keys. She opens the door.
Not today, Mom.
She sprays Marion in the face. He screams. She steals back her keys and closes the door for good. Marion screams in anguish. Olive stands there, shocked but empowered.
You bitch! I live here! Isn't that what the police said?
You're a trespasser. You have no rights.
She can hear sirens.
We can try that theory. But if you are wrong...
She can hear the voices of police arriving.
Oh, thank God you are here, officers.
Over Marion's lies, Olive's confidence starts to turn into fear. There is loud knocking on the door.
Police! Open up!
Olive slowly complies. It's the same officers as before, Ricard and Lieberman.
Hello again.
Keep him outside.
Interior living room, porch, moments later. As before, the officers have separated the two suspects. Marion is outside. Lieberman tries to make sense of what has happened.
So, you're accusing this man of breaking and entering, while he is very credibly accusing you of pepper spraying him in the face, correct?
It's hard to know who you can trust.
Miss.
As we hear Olive's words, it becomes clear that this is the culmination of her previous voiceover.
I had to do something. Wouldn't you? I've got it all on tape.
Save it for court. For your defense.
My defense.
Lieberman signals Ricard and she starts to handcuff Olive.
Olive Crane, you are under arrest for first-degree assault.
Yeah, you're the perpetrator here. Assault with a chemical weapon. It's a felony.
But it was self-defense. He was breaking and entering.
You can't break and enter into your own dwelling. Technically, he's a tenant.
How is this fair?
Hey, I don't make the laws. I enforce them.
I want him out!
Then you gotta evict him when you get out of jail. Or you can just let him back in, and we can chalk this up to a simple household dispute.
This was a home invasion. He isn't welcome here anymore. Why would I let him back in?
Our job is to enforce the law, ma'am. Either you let him in, or we take you in.
You don't understand. That's what this is all about. Possession. He is not coming back in. Ever. What are you?
You have the right to remain silent. I suggest you use it, lady.
As Lieberman takes Olive out, Ricard locks the house so Marion cannot get back in. She does not offer the keys to him.
When you get to your arraignment, tell them you want a lawyer.
Goodbye, Olive.
You don't always know what little you've got until you lose it.
Cut to black. Day 40. Exterior apartment day. Olive stands outside her home, having just returned from a weekend in jail. She unlocks her mailbox. It has several brochures for lawyers. She picks up a handwritten letter and opens it. She reads it as she walks up to her door.
Dear Olive, as someone in my position, there is not much I could do about your situation. But as a woman and a private citizen, it is my privilege to offer you some free advice. Attached is the number to a lawyer who will help ensure that this mess doesn't ruin your future. You won't be free, but he will help you get your life back on track so you can put this behind you. Jimmy accepts payment plans and will be expecting you. Just remember, there's still a few people who you can trust in this sick, sad world. Sincerely, Julie, aka Officer Ricard.
Angry, Olive crumples up the postcard. She faces her door and enters the house again. Interior living room, kitchen, continuous. Olive enters her home cautiously. She looks around. It's empty. She goes through the kitchen, studying every detail. She checks the restroom and washes her face. Olive breathes a sigh of relief, and she makes her way into her bedroom. Interior bedroom, continuous. Olive enters her room, almost happy, but she is startled to hear a voice speaking in a plain American accent.
Hello, Olive.
It's Marion, sitting on Olive's bed. He has Olive's camera on a tripod facing her, connected to an antenna, recording. He is wearing her protective amulet. Olive freezes in shock.
I really don't feel so good about our last interactions. So I took a few precautions. I just can't risk having you hurt me again, and if If you are here to continue intimidating me or assaulting me, well, I would reconsider because you're on tape right now, being live streamed to the World Wide Web. If you do try to attack me again, then you would certainly be on the hook for 20, 30 years, and thousands more dollars. I don't think the criminal life is for you, Olive. So, as your friend and your lover, I would suggest you consider other options. I've left some of your valuables there in that box, in case you don't want to spend time with me anymore. You've treated me very unfairly. But no matter what happens, I want you to know how grateful I am. You've been my favorite one of all.
Olive is beyond functioning. Her brain is firing 1,000,000 rounds a second. She holds back the raw emotion that is close to bursting out of her and attempts to breathe. She cautiously goes to grab the box and throws a few clothes and essentials in there. She walks over to Marion and rips the amulet off his neck. She storms out of the room. Interior kitchen continuous. Olive carries her box of things to the kitchen and looks around. She grabs the sharpest knife she can find and tosses it in there. She runs out of the house. Interior, nice condo, night. Flashback. Marion opens the front door to discover Olive crying at the stairs. Their eyes meet. Marion takes a moment before speaking, then speaks with a French accent.
Want some water?
Got anything stronger?
Marion smiles.
I am Marion.
Olive.
Come in.
Marion lets Olive into the condo. There are clothes and other items tossed around. It looks like somebody just moved out in a hurry.
What happened here?
Oh, my crazy ex just moved out.
That's what I need to do. Tonight.
Boyfriend problems?
Olive gestures to her bruised eye.
You can sleep here tonight. Move in the morning. You need to relax. This will help.
Marion has lit a weed pipe for her.
I don't usually do this. But okay.
They smoke together.
I made some calls. I've already got a new spot. I just need to go to storage and move in. Can you help me move?
Oh, I have a bad back.
Okay, well, I'll call my uncle.
Marion points to a paper map of the city with several pinpoints identified with pushpins.
Where on the map is your place?
She stares at the map, confused.
I can tell you if it is safe or not.
Olive points to a spot.
Oh yes, that's a good zip code. Not too far from the prison. So the criminals cannot hurt you if they are dumb enough to already get caught.
Olive lets out a nervous laughter, followed by a feeling of illness. Marion gives her more water.
How do you know all that?
Oh, I used to work as a paralegal, so I've been everywhere. Oh, everywhere you don't want to go. I've seen things you don't want to know.
Good. Then you can protect me from evil spirits.
That's what friends are for.
Friends. Yeah.
Marion moves in for a hug, which Olive reciprocates.
I'm going to take care of business. Thank you, friend.
Marion smiles and lets Olive out. He puts a new pushpin down on the map, right on the location of Olive's new home. A crumpled up eviction notice lies next to the map. End of flashback. Cut to interior storage locker, day. Olive is at her lowest point. She is sleeping in her storage locker, the door open. Boxes surround her.
11, 33, 55, 55. Call Uncle Angel when you're in a bind. Hi, Godfather. I haven't been able to reach you. I wanted you to know I'm sorry. I love you. I'm so alone. I hate losing. I thought I was good, but I'm not. It turns out I'm not so good. I wish you could help me, but I don't think anybody can.
Over this, Olive has been waking up and organizing a few items. She stares at potential deadly weapons and finally settles on the knife she brought from the kitchen. She secures it and a couple other dangerous-looking items into a backpack. She puts on her amulet, closes the door, and takes off. Cut to exterior city streets, later. Olive runs full speed toward her home through the rough city streets. The buildings in the background offer a wider scope of our view of the city. Finally, Olive gets closer to her destination, only to hear a loud noise and feel a shadow over her. She continues running, but stops as she hears a destructive explosion in the near distance. As she gets up and starts to stumble forward, she runs into Robert, the homeless man from before.
I can promise you, no survivors there.
Speechless, Olive continues running towards her home. Exterior apartment, moments later. Olive turns a corner to discover an apocalyptic scene. A plane has crashed into her neighborhood. Her apartment is gone. Smoke and flames and screams and sirens engulf the atmosphere. Olive just stares in a mix of horror, disbelief, and hope. She looks around for any sign of anything she knows, but it's all being destroyed. The plane's wings and its engine lie where she used to sleep. Suddenly, Olive's phone rings. She picks up.
Hello? Oh, Angel, you're back. I'm not bad. Yeah, I am good. Hey, is your guest...
Olive nearly purges, but contains herself.
Is your guest room still available? Yeah, like, immediately. What happened? Got a lot to tell you.
Olive kneels down into the ground. She removes the knife from her backpack and stabs it into the ground in anger. She sees a little red eye, the one from a stuffed animal, lying in the dirt. It still shines red, even in their black and white world. She picks it up and stands.
I won.
Olive hangs up the phone. She watches smoke rise from the ashes of the plane, and with it, the evil spirit that haunted her and her apartment. A black smoke, or a dark spirit, rises from the apartment, fading into the ether. Pan to sky following dark spirit. Cut to interior hospital, bedroom, bathroom, night. Note: all images are now in perfect Technicolor. Point of view: Olive's perspective from a hospital bed. With limited motion, she sees the room. A television set blares sound and images. An announcer on the TV set delivers his message.
You've been tuned into Fright Week, only on AMC. All the scares and thrills you fear all week long. And now that we've frightened you to death, we are going to revive you with Action Week, starting right now.
Olive's unaware eyes struggle to stay open. A nurse walks past the television set and into the bathroom. We follow her in as she suddenly screams at the sight of something disgusting. A cockroach. She moves swiftly to grab a spray can. She sprays the sucker and stomps the life out of him with her shoe. Officer Lieberman walks in.
Everything all right?
It is now. It's dead.
She tosses the cockroach in the trash.
I really don't understand how a state-of-the-art sanitized facility like ours can become vulnerable to these little winged demons.
Just glad you're safe.
Thanks, you're so helpful.
Nurse Ricard hears some movement coming from the bed. She rushes over to check up on Olive. She is on the bed, in bad shape, holding on by a thread, but her eyes are open. This is a huge revelation for the nurse and the officer.
Oh my god, Lieberman, go get Dr. O'Neill.
Yes, Nurse Ricard.
Officer Lieberman leaves the room.
Hi there. Olive? How are you feeling? Can you talk?
Olive is covered in castings and bandages. She cannot speak, but she can see Nurse Ricard and her eyes go wide as she does. Note: Officer Ricard and Nurse Ricard are the same person. Olive struggles to make a sound, with little success.
Don't you worry, we're gonna take care of you.
A doctor walks in, followed by Officer Lieberman. He makes his way next to Olive and wears a protective mask.
Any abnormalities?
No, she's stable. Stronger vitals, pulse is near normal.
The doctor looks at Olive.
Hello, Olive. I'm Dr. Robert O'Neill. You've been under my care for the last 2 weeks, but you probably don't remember because You've been in a deep sleep.
The doctor removes his mask to reveal he is Robert from the previous scenes.
You were in a plane crash. We thought there were no survivors, but you proved us wrong.
Olive's eyes roll back into her head.
Nurse, give me 50 milligrams of Zolpidem. Prep the fMRI and notify family. Please, without delay.
Yes, doctor.
The nurse exits and Dr. O'Neill gets closer.
Stay with us, Olive.
She starts shaking a bit until everything goes to black. Interior hospital bedroom. Moments later. Olive opens her eyes again.
I think she's back.
Olive struggles to look around the room.
Olive, if you can hear me, blink your eyes twice.
Slowly, she does so.
Great. This is great news. That means we can understand each other. I want you to know you are in safe hands. We are going to get you back on your feet in no time. Nurse.
Olive, I don't know if you can remember right now, but it's me, Julie Ricard. I've known you since I was a baby. We've been through hell together, and when I heard you were going to be here as our patient, I made sure that I would be able to take care of you. And your Uncle Angel, too.
Nurse.
What? She should know.
The doctor considers this, and then nods.
You and your Uncle Angel were the only survivors on the flight from Barcelona. He's still in a coma as well, but we're doing everything we can.
A tear rolls down Olive's cheek.
There's my girl.
Officer Lieberman enters the room and gestures to the nurse. Nurse Ricard nods.
Olive, we have a special visitor for you. Someone who's been here with you every day, praying.
Officer Lieberman brings a man into the room. He moves slowly toward Olive. Olive opens her eyes wider so she can see. The man stands above her, blocking the light. The man is Marianne, holding a stuffed teddy bear.
Happy anniversary, baby. I brought you a little present.
He places the bear next to her. It has shiny, ominous red eyes.
I can't wait to get you out of here and spend the rest of my life with you.
Olive's eyes grow wider still. Her mouth falls agape, ready to scream, but no sound comes out. The electronics monitoring Olive's health start to destabilize, broadcasting alerts and noises. The doctor rushes over.
We're losing her.
Olive, stay with me.
She holds her hand. Suddenly, Olive's eyes roll back into the back of her head and she lets out a gasp. And with that, she falls into exterior, the sky, day. Olive is falling through a blue sky. White and black clouds pass through her. She is not panicked or scared or excited. She just is. And she relaxes into the falling. As she falls, a flaming plane engine falls beside her. She stares at it quizzically and just continues falling with a Mona Lisa smile on her face. Fade to white.
Kafkaesque was written and directed by Matthew Leddy. The role of Olive was portrayed by Annelisha Dixon. The role of Marion was personified by Matthew Leddy. The role of Angel was played by Keith Ewell. The role of narrator was read by Cody Heffelfinger. The role of Ricard was interpreted by Autumn Palen. The role of Robert was depicted by Al Gerschutz. And the roles of Lieberman and announcer were performed by me, Chad Heffelfinger. For more information about this production and to support our future endeavors, please visit LeddySetGo.tv and find Leddy Set Go on your favorite social media platforms. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a Leddy Set Go production.